Guys, couple of words about the book that I am reading. I have finished almost 200 pages and there are nearby 500 pages. I'm reading it very slowly because this book is not an ordinary book and it is not a fiction. It is based on reality, what happened under Nazism, what happened in the concentration camps, what happened uh, in the Auschwitz, the most deadly concentration camp in Poland. It was created by Nazis when they invaded Poland just for the extermination of a particular category of people. They wanted to kill all of them, every single person of that race. So you can imagine how deadly these Nazis were. So one interesting thing, as I'm reading about the doctors, as you can see, so doctors, so they were the uh, leading force behind those killings. So they were the people who organized those killings. So they killed people in the hospitals, in the concentration camps, in the barracks, and everywhere. So when I was reading this book, I noticed that they always discussed about the system's procedures. They had no moral implications. They had no moral doubts about what they were doing, and they had no ideological dilemmas about the things that they committed. The only considerations that they had, that they were more focused on the technical part of the system. So when they were killing those people, they focused on whether they should kill with this technique or that technique. They focused on that part of the killing, and they never worried about the about those who killed. They had no no hurt at that time, and it was not the topic of discussion in their circles when they used to hang out in the concentration camp. They always focused on administrative part, and how cunning, how deadly, brutal, heartless those doctors were. They're they're like, I am out of words at this time. I believe they were human beings, so it is impossible to imagine. And that's why every single survivor, when they tell their story what happened in the concentration camp, and when people make faces, and when people say that it can never happen, so only the survivors, they know the reality. Because the things what happened in the concentration camp, it is impossible to believe, because it is nothing that could be believed by an ordinary person. So that is the most brutal part of atrocity during the Nazism, that is committed by the Nazi doctors. So it's like it's extremely hideous, heinous on the part of doctors. Because when I see doctor, when we see doctors, we see hope. So when the victim sees doctors in the concentration camps, they saw death, nothing else. So far, I would say that it is important to read this book to understand how brutal a normal human being can become under a very organized state where organized crimes happen. So it's important to know, because it gives a kind of warning about our institutions, about our systems. And if again something like that happens, then we are aware that we can at least try our best to support those systems. So so it's like mind blowing, and I don't have more words to explain those atrocities in depth. So those, like those killing, I can't say anything more on this part, but I would suggest you read this book. if you want to know more about what happened in the concentration camps.